What's up, barbecue crew? Welcome back to Outdoors with Geoff. Today we're going to be making some thick cuts New York strip steaks on the Chargriller Akorn Auto Kamado. Now we're going to be starting with some prime 1855 black Angus beef New York strip. These really have a lot of good marbling in here, which is going to give us some great flavor. And we're going to come back and hit it with a layer of avocado oil, and then we're going to hit it with Heath Rowell's garlic jalapeno rub, which is going to provide a good nice base layer with a little bit of heat. And then we're going to come back and add Cattleman's grilled California tri-tip seasoning, which has some hearty steak notes to it. We're going to be running on the Chargriller Auto Kamado at 500 degrees for the day's cook, so it's going to be hot and fast. And for temperature regulation, I'm going to be using the MeatStick. But enough talking, let's get to the cook. So we're going to start with getting a good layer of avocado oil on both sides of these steaks and on the sides and the fat cap. So avocado oil is a good high heat oil, and that's going to do well with this cook. And next we're going to come back with Heath Rowell's garlic jalapeno rub. This is great as a SPG rub as well. It's got a nice bit of heat with that jalapeno in there, so it gives it a little bit of kick, but I just love the overall flavor with it. Next, we're going to come back with the Cattleman's grilled California tri-tip seasoning. Again, this is a good hearty steak rub. It's very coarse, so you may want to get a good press on there and let it rest for a few minutes. But we're going to take that and get that on both sides and on the sides of the steak as well. And just make sure you let it get a good rest just to let that adhere. And I already have the Akorn Auto Kamado up to 500 degrees for the day's cook. And so I'm going to be inserting the MeatStick X into one of the steaks, and we're going to monitor these temps. So we got some pecan chunks in there to give us a little bit of smoke flavor along with the good charcoal. And we're going to let these cook for a total of about 8 minutes, turning every 2 minutes. So it's time to go ahead and get these steaks on. And you can hear that cast iron is doing its job, getting some good sear marks on there and helping to develop a crust on this steak. So we're going to let these cook for 2 minutes, and then we're going to hit it with a turn. So 2 minutes are up, and we're still at about 500 degrees, so we're going to come back and hit this with a quarter turn. And you can see we're already starting to get some good color on the bottom there. And we're going to let these cook for another 2 minutes. So 2 minutes are up. And you can see we're actually starting to cook a little bit on the top of the steak as well. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and give these a flip. And there are those coveted hatch marks. So we're really starting to layer some good flavor on there with that crust that we have. And we're going to let these cook for an additional 2 minutes here. So 2 minutes are up. And we're really starting to develop some great color. You see the bit of pink that was in the middle of the steak is starting to dissipate. And again, we've got some great marks on the bottom of the steaks. And we're going to go ahead and get it ready for that last turn. And we're going to let these cook for another 2 minutes. And after about a minute and a half, our MeatStick app let us know it was time to go ahead and take these steaks off. And you can see we got some great marks on the bottom here. And this is what we ended up with. All right, guys, another cook in the books. Let's have a quick recap of what we did. We started with two 1855 Black Angus prime strip steaks, and we got a little bit of avocado oil on both of them and seasoned them with Heath Rowell's Garlic Jalapeno Rub and Cattleman's Grill California Tri-Tip Seasoning. And we got them on the Chargriller Akorn Auto Kamado at 500 degrees along with some Pecan Wood. And we cooked for a total of 8 minutes, turning every 2 minutes to make sure we got some great sear marks and some great flavor from that crust. And here we are. So at this point, there's nothing left to do but a taste test. And I can tell you, these things look great. They smell great. And you know, this is some great quality beef here. Let me say that I've had this beef before, and that's why I chose to be an ambassador with this company here, because 1855 puts out some great products when it comes to Black Angus beef. So with that being said, let's go in for a taste test. Wow, that's excellent. So first of all, you really get a really great beef flavor here. Excellent beef flavor, a lot of good marbling, really tender. You can see all the moisture here after this thing rested. And you get a nice little bit of heat from the garlic jalapeno. And you get that hearty steak seasoning and steak taste from the California Tri-Tip seasoning. The MeatStick did a great job alerting me at 130 degrees. So when I pulled off, I was able to rest it until we got to 135 degrees, and it results in a great steak every time. But that's all I got. Thank you for watching, and be sure and leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of the cook. All right, guys, thanks for watching this episode of Outdoors with Geoff. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications when more content comes out. And also check out these videos here on the channel as well.